All right, so you've optimized your sleep, you've cleaned up your diet, and you've thrown money at every single supplement on the damn shelf. And you're still running on a fraction of the output that you had years ago. You see, here's why none of it moved the needle, or it barely moved it. The problem likely isn't your habits, it's an actual physical thing. You see, the tiny power plants inside your cells, known as your mitochondria, the ones that turn the food and oxygen into every bit of energy that your body uses, they're breaking down, they're running rough, and leaking power like an engine with a cracked block. No supplement on a shelf is going to fix that. You see, there is a way though to actually rebuild these guys, but there's a specific order that you have to do it in. And doing it out of that order is the exact reason that most people who try this feel worse before they feel anything better. I'm Dr. Jones, DC, and I coach thousands of patients, and I watch people run these energy protocols week after week after week, and the mistake is almost always never the compound they picked. Many times the order that they run them in. So before I show you what actually rebuilds these things, let me show you what's really going wrong here. Because once you see it, I think the order stops being optional. Think about what actually makes your energy. Not in a get more sleep way, literally, physically. Every cell you have trillions of cells with thousands of mitochondria in each one. They take the food that you eat and the oxygen that you breathe, things happen between that, but then eventually it gets converted into every bit of usable energy you got all day without you ever thinking about it. And when they're running clean, you feel it. Steady energy, fast recovery, a brain that fires on command. The breakdown starts somewhere that you'd never feel it, in the structure itself. Each of these little engines has folded inner walls, and that's where the energy actually gets made. With age and stress and wear, those walls can start to warp, and they come loose. And the second that the structure loses its shape, the whole process starts to get sloppy. Instead of cleanly turning fuel into energy, it may throw off unstable molecules, we call those free radicals, that essentially eat away at the machinery around them, like rust spreading from an engine from the inside out. So now you've got fewer working power plants, and the ones that you've got left are running rough, rusting themselves out just a little more every single day. That's not tiredness, that's damage. And that is where almost everybody goes wrong. You see, you can't supplement your way out of a structural problem. Pouring more fuel into a cracked engine doesn't fix the crack, it just gives you more to leak. The structure has to be repaired first. So what actually repairs it? The first peptide in this, and it's the one that should come first, it's called SS-31. And it does something that none of your supplements can do. It goes straight into those inner walls of the power plants, and it helps stabilize the exact material that holds their shape. Picture a crew going into a warped, buckling structure and re-securing the framework so the walls fold back the way that they're supposed to. Once the structure holds its shape again, the machinery can literally line back up, and that constant leak of corrosive molecules process slows down because now you've stopped creating them at the source. You're not masking the damage or pushing through it. You're literally repairing the frame the entire system is built on. Here's the part that trips people up, and it's the single most important thing in this whole video. When you start repairing something at this level, you can actually feel worse before you feel better. And here's what I see behind that. Repair costs energy. Rebuilding the structure is work, and your cells have to spend energy in order to do it. So in the early stretch, some people feel a little flatter, a little more tired, and sometimes they panic, right? Decide that it isn't working and quit right at the worst possible moment. So that flat feeling isn't the peptide failing you, it's the repair bill coming due. It is the clearest sign that the work is actually happening. So that's step number one, repair the structure. And this is exactly why the patients who I coach who get the best results ultimately, in almost every case, start with SS-31 before the next peptide that I'm gonna show you, the one called MOTS-c. Now, a lot of people reach for MOTS-c before SS-31 for a lot of reasons. It's, I think, the most talked about one because it's the one that promises more output, more performance. But running that one before you've repaired the frame is where people get themselves into trouble. So the short version is this: you need to fix the engine before you rev it up. Repair comes first, MOTS-c comes second. But grabbing MOTS-c first is a mistake that I see over and over. Now, if SS-31 is the repair crew, think about MOTS-c like the throttle, okay? So it's what a lot of people call exercise in a bottle. It flips many of the same switches that your body flips during intense training. And that switch tells your cells to do two things: run your existing power plants harder and start building brand new ones. That's not a boost. That's your cells rewiring how they produce energy from the ground up, rebuilding the supply, not just squeezing more out of what's there. And when it's working, this is the layer that you actually feel: the stamina, the recovery, the clean energy that lasts. Now put those two peptides in the wrong order and watch what happens. If you hit that throttle before the engine's repaired, if you drive hard output through engines whose structure is still buckled and leaking, you're demanding maximum performance from broken machinery. I think you see where I'm going with this, right? It can't deliver it. And so instead of energy, what I see people get is a bit of a crash. You feel worse and you swear that the peptide did nothing. But it wasn't the peptide, it was the sequence. You revved an engine that wasn't ready to be revved that hard. And this is where I have to say something, because I hear it all the time. MOTS-c did nothing for me. It's underdosed. It's all hype almost every time. The dose wasn't even the real problem. The real problem was running it blind. No repair first, no order, no idea what stage their cells were actually in. So the compound gets blamed for a sequencing mistake. Repair the frame first, then open the throttle. And the same peptide people call useless become the one that they feel the most. Now real quick here, because this is the exact point where people go wrong on their own. The ones who get this right aren't smarter or just lucky. They just have somebody in their corner who can help them figure out the protocol that they actually need to be running. And then run it with them, help them get it from a real pharmacy and put those in the right order instead of just guessing. That's what working with our medical team looks like. An actual protocol built and sequenced for your body and filled through our partner 503A pharmacies. If that's something that you want, it starts with just a free discovery call. The link's in the description, or you can simply text the number on the screen. One of our patient educators will walk you through what working with us actually is involved and how the sequencing gets built for you. And that's where you'll find out what it's like to work with us for real. All right, so let's get back to this, because there's a third piece, and it's one that you probably have heard. So you've repaired the frame, you've opened the throttle. Now it's time for a peptide called NAD. Now, technically, it's not a peptide, it's more of a coenzyme, but it's often grouped into the peptide family, so who really matters? We'll call it NAD, peptide, coenzyme, it's fine. Now, this is the actual charge for your power plants. It's what they run on. Every one of those little engines needs a specific current to move energy through the system, and NAD is what carries that current. Without enough NAD, the whole line slows down no matter how good the machinery is. Now, here's the catch. Your NAD levels, they tend to drop as you age. So even a perfectly built, perfectly running power plant starts to dim over time simply because it's running low on charge. That's a huge piece of why energy fades with the years. The equipment's fine, the battery just isn't holding what it used to. So NAD tops that charge back up and is the one a lot of people grab first because it's the famous one. It's the one that you've heard of, especially when we have this conversation about energy. Pay attention to that logic. If you flood a broken, leaking engine with charge, where does most of it go? Straight out the leak. You're paying to charge a battery in a machine that can't hold the charge. And that's exactly why, ideally, NAD goes last, not first. It's not the star of the show, it's the fuel that the first two layers finally let you use. Now, there is an exception here. If you're genuinely running on empty, wiped out, brain fog, dragging through the day, there's a case for starting NAD early just to get you functional while the repair happens. That's a rescue situation, not the rebuild. Do it in the order when you can, repair the frame, open the throttle, and then charge it up. Now, that charge actually stays in the system and it does something. Which brings us to the real question. You might be thinking this right now, the one that this whole thing has been building to. Why does the order matter this much, Dr. Jones? See, here's the whole thing in a single picture. Repair, optimize, fuel. That's the sequence. SS-31 repairs the frame, MOTS-c opens the throttle, and NAD charges the whole thing up. 3 peptides, 3 completely different jobs. And they only work as a system when they run in that order. I got a quick gut check for you before I finish this. Can you name the 3 jobs in order without scrolling back? Repair, optimize, fuel. And if you got that order, you've got the entire point of this video. I want you to hold that. And look, if you want me to take another peptide and break it down exactly like this, the real mechanism, instead of just the hype, let me know which one of the comments, because I do read these, and the ones that keep coming in are the ones that I end up making videos on. Okay, so here's what happens when you skip step number 1. Say you go straight for the throttle and the charge. MOTS-c and NAD, which I see a lot of people do. The 2 exciting ones. Now, on a frame that's still buckled and leaking, you're revving a cracked engine and you're pouring in charge that leaks right back out. You don't get more energy, you get the crash, the flat feeling, and these don't work vibes, right? That sucks. The NAD may help a bit, but you're not getting the desired outcomes. And the cruel part is you just spent real money on 2 peptides that had no real shot of working well, because the one that makes them work was never ran. You skipped the repair and you didn't just run a stack, you wasted 2/3 of it. And that's why this isn't a stack that you just throw together. It's a sequence that you run in the right order. Get the order right. I promise each layer sets up the next, repaired frame, stronger output, fuel that finally stays in the system. That's when people stop feeling like they're chasing energy and they start feeling like they got it back. And if you made it all the way here, I'm curious, what surprised you more? That repairing has to come before energy, or that pushing for output on a broken engine is the exact thing that makes people crash? Let me know in the comments, because I do read every single one. I already know what some of you are thinking because I hear it every time. I can just get these myself, and you can. Vials are easy, but that was never the hard part. You could buy all 3 off of a research site tomorrow if you wanted. But what you can't buy from a research site, though, who can look at where your body actually is and help you sequence these correctly while making sure you have the lifestyle tools in place to maximize your results. So you're not the one who quits 3 weeks in. See, here's what we do differently. Most clinics ship the prescription and that's it. Nobody detects when you're standing there with the vial wondering if it's sequenced right for you. And that's not how we work. You get your peptides from our partner 503A pharmacies. You get a medical team that's actually reachable by text or phone for the moments that a question comes up. Real humans, not ticketing systems, not scheduled check-ins. You just text the number on the screen, but a real team that you can reach. If you're interested in something like that or exploring more, just text the number on the screen, guys, or check out the link in the description to book that free call. And you'll talk to one of our patient educators who will help get a read of what you're after, walk you through whether it's a good fit or not, and explain how the whole process works moving forward with the medical team and me or my coaches. Quick note, before you book that call, we oversee the peptides that we prescribe. If you've already got peptides from another source or you just want somebody to sign off on those, that's not what we do. And one more thing, if you landed here because what you're really trying to fix is stubborn weight loss and you want something that goes deeper than peptides, coaching that goes after the root cause, and by the way, that's what I'm most passionate about because I literally lead that team. We do that too as well. Text the same number either way. And if getting the order right changed how you think about this, that's the whole game with every peptide, not just these 3. So I put the 5 that I think are actually changing medicine into a single video, sequencing and all. There it is right there. Check it out, guys. We'll see you later.